welcome back to another video on my channel. Today I'm going to be doing another fun makeup thing, not related to Pokemon, but that's okay. I'm actually going to be turning myself into like a character on the Sabrina series. Just for clarification, I'm not cosplaying as Sabrina, I'm not cosplaying as any one of the characters, but basically I'm just going to kind of like do my makeup and outfit as if I was one of the witches that was going to school there, because some of you may know there's been a very unfortunate news that they're canceling the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, and I really like that show. And you know, 2020's been really rough, and this is just one more thing to add to the pile, and I'm not really appreciative of it. So I figured, what better way to celebrate one of my favorite shows than to just kind of give a last hurrah and do a makeup look. So if you're interested in that, keep on watching. Okay, so the first step, I'm just going to do my foundation like I normally would and do like concealer. I know everyone on the show looks really goth and vampy and things like that. I'm going to try to do my best to do that today. I don't normally do my makeup that way, so let's just see how it goes. Also, I want to apologize for my hair. Please don't be offended by it. I'm plenty offended for you, but it's basically like I shaved it in quarantine and I'm trying to grow it out again. And it was at the stage where it was just kind of sticking up straight for a while, and that was fine with me, I guess. But now it's grown long enough to where it's laying flat again. So everything on this side's like out, and this side's flat, and I have really short bangs for no reason. And I'm just trying to be patient. So hopefully it'll look good with makeup on. I don't know, but right now I'm feeling a little self-conscious because of that, but that's okay. I'm going to put concealer on over this. This is the ColourPop concealer that I've been using lately. I wear the foundation too, so it just kind of figures it matches together. And I'm also going to set my face, but with like a lighter eyeshadow because I've been using baby powder to set my face, but I don't think it's healthy for you. But I'm going to do the lighter eyeshadow to kind of lighten it up. I have a very cool light on for this video, but hopefully I can get like extra vampy and into the spooky mood. I'm just going to let that set for a minute and kind of marinate on the face. So if you clicked onto this video, I assume that you are too a fan of the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Some people might be surprised that I like that show, considering it's like a kind of like a teeny bopper soap opera type shit. But I really like all like the pro-feminism, just being adventurous with your body and like consensually adventurous with your body. The pro-sex stuff on there, and like it's very pro-LGBTQ. There's other aspects of the show that definitely need improvements. One of them would have to be like in terms of like racial diversity and things like that. There's very few black characters. If they are, they tend to be painted in like a bad light, or they get picked on a lot, or they're just kind of like the helper friend, which unfortunately tends to happen a lot with like mainstream shows, and they're like typecasting African American individuals that way. So like Ambrose is one of my favorite characters, but he is kind of just like the helpful cousin. And he does some questionable things too, kind of. And like Prudence, who's again like my favorite character, is also painted in like a negative light constantly, and like to the point where like I feel bad for her, and I think that's the point. But still, like she's still powerful in her own way, but she's also kind of evil too. So I don't know. That's my one complaint about the show. But other than that, I think they do a good job of being like very open about sexuality. And how that ties in to just kind of life in general, and like, yeah, it's supposed to be like satanic or whatever, but it's like consensual. And I know this sounds weird if you haven't watched the show before, but I really recommend it. It's really good if you want to see something that's like really sassy, very fashionable, pretty forward and pretty adventurous, like hence the title. I would recommend it. Okay, so I'm just going to take the white eyeshadow for my Spellbound palette. I'm actually going to be using these colors a lot in this video because I feel like it fits the theme, and there's some like really bold colors in here, so I'm just kind of taking the white and just dusting it under my eyes and stuff for now. Okay, so next I'm going to contour the heck out of my face. I'm going to try to make it pretty angled. I don't want to look like a skull or anything because that's not the type of makeup we're going for. I still want to be pretty, but I am probably going to do a lot of contouring. I don't really know if I'm going to be using a lot of blush or not. I normally use blush, but maybe I'll just make it like really exaggerated and more Halloween-y. So that way I'm still like fitting in with the themes of the character. Yeah, the only negative about these eyeshadows from this specific palette is that there is a lot of fallout, so you have to be very careful of how you dust your brush off and things like that. Hopefully I'm looking a little bit more snatched than before. Should I warm this up? Maybe I'll just use the like peachy, it's supposed to be like skin color, the peachy tone to just kind of like bronze a little bit to kind of blend this a little bit better, because right now it just kind of looks like dirt. So let me do that. Okay, so I'm going to fill my eyebrows in now. I think I'm going to try to do a look that's like a mix of Sabrina and Prudence, just because they're the more fashion forward girls of the group. I've noticed that like all the witches tend to just have like a really dark lip, and then like some, like Sabrina's eyeshadow is pretty tame, Prudence goes all out, and some of the other girls are like in between that. So I'm definitely going to keep doing the dark lip, but I might want to try something new with my eyes. I've been doing a lot more tutorials on how to do eyeshadow specifically for eyes that don't really have that much lid space like mine. And so like I'm going to try to do some of those tricks today, and like if you guys like them, I can do a whole video based on just like different eyeshadow tricks for people with hooded eyes. Basically the gist is like I used to do my eyes just like everybody else and did it like horizontally. When we do different shades, but basically you want to do it vertically to bring our eye out and be like, phew. So I'm going to just kind of play around today. If I have like a lot of makeup on, I have a lot of makeup on, whatever. But we're going to be moving on to brows. I'm going to fill them in a little bit dark, and then we're going to start on eyeshadows. Okay, so now we're going to move on into the more fun eye stuff. Normally I use my warm colored gingerbread palette, but I'm not going to be using all those warm colors because again I'm trying to look vampy and stuff. It's a weird video for summer and July, but like, you know, it is what it is. But I'm going to be using all the cool tone browns in this old ass chocolate palette, and then I'm going to be using the browns to kind of shape the eye, but then I'm going to be putting a color on the center. I know Prudence is normally green and Sabrina is normally red, but I think I'm going to go with a red color to really make the eyes pop today. Normally greens would be more flattering on my blue eyes, but I kind of want to do like a red lip, so yeah, I think it'll just play off each other better. But anyway, we're going to be a witch, we might as well be cartoony with it, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to take a brush like this and start putting like a brown color up and around this area. So I don't want to take the darkest shade just yet, but I want to take a matte, so I'm going to take Bordeaux and put it on the outer part of my eye. And again, these have a lot of fallout too. I don't know what it is with me and eyeshadows, but I keep getting the messy kind, so that's also a thing. So notice how I'm just like patting like this. It's really important when you're trying to do like illusion makeup, I guess. I don't know if this is considered illusion makeup. But if you're trying to do something like specific with specific placements, to not like swipe around too much, but just like tap the color in and press it in. I know for a fact Prudence tends to have like eyeshadow that's more like this. I can't remember her eye shape exactly, but she definitely has dark eyeshadows that go all the way up to the brow. She doesn't really blend it out. So we're going to try to do some of that today. Okay, so normally what I would do with this part, this is kind of like what I've done with like a Sephora tutorial that I saw like a couple weeks ago, is normally what you would do is put the lightest color on next like this, and then put a transition in between, and then highlight, because you don't necessarily have to blend. Oh wait, no, I'm getting ahead of myself. You put the lightest color here, transition, then you carve out this a little bit more with the darker one, and then highlight, and you don't necessarily have to blend out too much because you're layering colors over each other and they kind of blend out on their own. But instead of putting like a really light color here, I'm going to just put a bold color on the inner part instead, and the bold color I'm going for today, I think I settled on, is red. So let's go ahead and try to do that with this tiny little brush. I know it might seem kind of time consuming to do it with this one, but I would just rather be really precise with like the placement of like a bright red pigment instead of just like sloshing it around. It's a little bit risky for me. So I'm going to be taking a little bit of time to do that, but of course I'll edit it down for you guys. Do you see how my eye already looks bigger? Like just spreading the eyeshadow up, you know, instead of just kind of doing it like, because again, I don't have a crease. This is my bone right here. So if you have eyes like mine, we don't necessarily have a defined crease. This is just like where the bone's supposed to go. So normally when you say put your crease color down, we would put it there, and it's actually shortening our eye too. But just taking the shadow and going up all the way to the brow already makes my eyes look bigger. So fun fact, fun tip for you guys. And if you guys want to like roast me in my other videos, like go back and watch them and be like, girl, that's not how you're supposed to be doing your eyeshadow, you can. Because the thing is like, makeup's one of those things you have to keep practicing at to learn new things, or to learn new things about yourself. And like all the people I did makeup with, they didn't have an eye shape like mine, so of course I just did what they did. You know, I didn't even think twice about it. But then I found out like, hey, you know, I could be looking better than what I do. So let me try this instead, and I did, and it looks good. So you live and you learn. But now I think I'm gonna take this like in between gold color and put that down the middle of my lid. Again, it's supposed to be like a transition shade, and normally you wouldn't use glitter for that, but I also feel like that could be fun, so let's try it. Let me just kind of try to wipe that red color off, and I'm going to do the, what do I want to do? So we were supposed to do the dark brown here. And I will do that. Normally people use a black eyeshadow. I don't have black eyeshadow. I might also put a little bit of eyeliner just on the edges to emphasize my eyes. Again, that's something you should really be doing with a pencil liner, because then you can smudge it out and make it look really smoky and cool. But your girl doesn't own pencil liner because I still buy makeup for myself. So I'm going to be using like a liquid eyeliner, and I'm going to try to make it work. And I think with the brown over it, you won't be able to notice anything. Or else it'll just be like one of those things that I notice and you don't. But I'll also be putting the bottom colors underneath here soon. So just a minute. Okay, so I'm going to take this dark truffle color. It does have a little bit of, wait, never mind. I'm doing eyeliner first. I'm just being dumb. Okay, let's just take a little bit of eyeliner and just kind of trace the outside part of it. Just a little bit. Again, I'm not going all the way to the red. I'm literally just doing the outline for this last color. And I'm also going to try to do that underneath my eye too. This is where you can make it or break it. So wish me luck. And again, do you guys notice anything? Probably not. But do I notice something? Yes. So that's why I'm going to keep doing it. Okay, and now we're going to carve out our lid and move to the bottom part. This is like the most complicated eyeshadow look I've probably done on my channel. And you're probably like, thank God, finally, because the other ones were a little bit messy. But I promise this one's going to turn out great. So basically, I just kind of like make what is this? Like the greater than sign, I guess. Yeah, the greater than sign on my eye. Got it. I had to skip back to like 2nd grade math for a second. And just kind of like put that on what would be my bone and along where I just put that eyeliner. And kind of carve that out. Okay, I'm just going to show you the difference. So, can you see on this eye and then this one? See how that's like a little bit more, I don't know, developed, I guess. I don't know what the right word is. But yeah, I just kind of like blend that out a little bit. I feel like this is very witchy, and I really, really like it. It's like Gryffindor colors, but like bad girl Gryffindor, you know what I'm saying? Like, ooh, maybe I might have cheated to get the house cup. Maybe I was okay with Dumbledore just giving us extra points, you know? I didn't say anything. I didn't cheat myself, but I ain't going to say anything. I ain't going to rat my people out, you know? We are just going to take that and start going on the bottom too, so I'm probably just going to do the dark color, the goldish one, and then the red one here. And I know I'm probably going to have to clean my brush off a lot because I'm using the same tiny little one. I only have one of these, but it'll work out fine. Because again, this doesn't have to be too precise, but like it just helps connect everything together. Anyways, so yeah, that show. I love all the clothes in the show. It's pretty retro. I mean, Archie comics, and they really kind of ran with it. It's if you grew up watching the old Sabrina the Teenage Witch with like the literal talking cat and stuff, you might be kind of disappointed. It is not like a sitcom at all. I really like the interpretation of the aunties. I love their characters too. It's just like the whole thing is just a lot darker and edgier. It's like they're trying to be as edgy as possible, which I kind of feel Riverdale does that too. Like they really play up the like sex appeal kind of stuff. And so sometimes it's a little much, but there's like parts of it that are like, I don't know, it's kind of cool, kind of edgy. I feel like Riverdale is easier to make fun of though, like when they try to be edgy, because you're like, oh, come on now. You know, it's just like a bunch of privileged kids just like pretending to be in a gang or whatever. But at least with Sabrina, like, Satan's involved, so you can kind of see, it's like fate of the world kind of stuff all the time, so, you know, their struggles are a little bit more real, and I think they give, like, I think they're pretty rounded out when it comes to, like, OP-ness. Like, Sabrina's obviously OP because she's, like, the main character or whatever, but, like, the other characters are pretty strong, too, and even, like, the non-witch friends are pretty, they're pretty important, or they have, like, they can take care of themselves, and they have their own plots and stuff, which I like a little bit better than Riverdale, because Riverdale, everyone seems to be, like, toxically codependent. That's just what I think. I feel like this is, like, a very, 2009, not scene girl, but, like, almost emo-y look. I don't know anything about that, because that was not my life, but my sister did that kind of style, so, I don't know, she might roast me for saying that. But that's just kind of what I think it looks like right now. I'm considering putting lashes on, but I'm really lazy about that. I wore lashes in one video, and it looks absolutely wild. So let me put mascara on first and see what I think. And if I need lashes, I'll put lashes on just for the sake of this video. Also, like, my husband and I watched that show, and he loves it too. It's like a guilty pleasure kind of thing for him. Oh, freak. It's like a guilty pleasure kind of thing for him. But we were literally about to name our baby Prudence because we liked that name so much and we thought her character was so cool. So, a little disappointed. Especially when they finally, like, again, I don't want to be too spoilers. If you haven't watched it and you are, like, if you haven't watched any of the episodes, this part might be a spoiler, so just, like, fast forward through it, I guess. But, like, they were finally getting into, like, the last season had a weird plot. I thought it was just a little bit messy. Little unorganized. You can kind of tell that they were trying to figure out if they were going to continue or not. In my opinion, like, hindsight looking back on it. But they were finally getting into a plot with, like, the Cthulhu and all, like, the Elder Ones or whatever, and I might have mentioned this in another video. That's, like, a theme that's very strong in our household. We got, like, a couple board games that are literally just based on, like, Cthulhu myth and, like, the, like, ancient ones type stuff. So we were really excited about that, and now that it's, like, they're not canceling it. They're still going to release a couple episodes, but it's, like, you can't really do a whole lot with that unless it's, like, they're just kind of rushed into the end of the world, I guess. I don't know. So that's a little disappointing, but, you know, it is what it is, I guess. 2020 keeps just, it's the gift that keeps on giving, you know. If I am so over this year. You guys have no idea. Like, I mean, everyone's probably feeling the same way, but I cannot express to you how done I am with everything and in this situation. And it's really sad because people are really suffering. Like, I'm not trying to downplay that at all, but I think we're just collectively tired. No matter like what level of privilege you come from, this year has been very trying. Obviously some more than others, but still, like, I think collectively everyone can agree that we have suffered in one shape or form. So yeah, what the fuck am I doing? I guess I'm just gonna place this on to see if I like it or not. See, like, for me, that kind of takes away from some of the work I did. I know, I look mad confusing right now. You see, because now it just looks like red, and then this, you can kind of see more, so I'm just going to leave the lashes off. Like, my sister got me these fake lashes, and I'm super appreciative. It's just, I don't know how to wear them, and sometimes I'd be looking real rough. But the lashes themselves are beautiful. It's, like, not their fault. It's my fault for just being weird. Speaking of being weird, I think that I'm just gonna highlight now and then go on to the lip. So let me do highlighting first, and I'm gonna just use the same sort of highlighter I use every day, which is, again, a ColourPop thing. I like their highlighters. They're not the best formula ever, but again, for the price, you can't really beat it. This is Flexitarian. I use this literally like every time I do my makeup. Okay, now we're going to do a lip. Again, normally they do very dark, very vampy lips. And wouldn't you know it, I threw my red lipstick palette out because it was getting old. I have one, it's like, Jesus. I have this one's like a berry red. I think that'll still work. But I'm going to try to actually line my lips in black eyeliner first because I have a black lipstick, but that thing smudges. So let's just see. I might look ridiculous, but I can always fix it with like an eyeshadow in between. So let's just see. This will just be very difficult to take off. So if you are trying this at home and you're like, hey, that's a great idea, just think about it and think about how much time you want to take taking off your makeup. And like if you are someone who might be going out and you're doing this look because you want to take someone home with you, they will probably see that in the morning even if you don't try to take it off and scrub it off. So just a warning, a disclaimer before you do this. Okay. And I could just feel my sister screaming right now. But I have done this before. Like I did this in college when I was wild. Okay, that's more or less. Let's just keep it that way, more or less. So let's just try to put some red lipstick on to make it look a little more in between.
Ooh, that's dark.
Yeah, I know. It's a lot darker than I normally do.
It's really darker.
Yeah, because I'm trying to be Sabrina. Or, like, look like I'm from Sabrina. Does it work? Or is it too much?
I don't know. How do you feel?
Like,
You're pretty.
I'm pretty? Thank God. Okay, so I think this is going to be the final makeup look for now. Obviously, some people are going to clock me and be like, this is way too extreme for Sabrina. I don't care, that's what I want. So let me just kind of marinate on this, and then I'm going to change into a Sabrina-esque outfit now, and then maybe you'll see how this is put together in my brain. Keep in mind, I'm trying to be one of the witchy people, not one of the like towny people. So that's my excuse. But I will stop this right now, and I will be right back. Okay, so I am back. I have changed my clothes. And I'm going to show you guys the full thing in just a second, but just explaining real quick. So like I obviously said already that she has very retro-ish clothing, but she also has the thing because she's very petite where she wears like turtlenecks and like pencil skirts or just skirts that are very tight fitting. I don't really own a lot of those. I have like one skirt that's tight on me that I just got, but it looks too modern for this, and it's because I am heavy, like bottom heavy, so if I wear like a tight pencil skirt like that, it's not the most flattering. But I decided to put like one of my business casual dress shirts on, and yes, the cuffs are off. I feel like it's more magician-y or magic-y that way. And I'm using one of my little black dresses instead. So let me just kind of stand up. I apologize. It's like really late at night right now, so I didn't have the whole setup in the hallway like I originally planned. But I'm still going to kind of show you guys my outfit just so you can see like the whole picture. So just a sec. Yes, so this is my whole look for you guys. Turn, 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 turn. I'm just wearing like some flats too with some gold, but this is kind of just the general idea. I kind of took inspiration from, again, some of her earlier pictures, and I thought this was like preppy but spooky enough, you know the vibes. Okay, so thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know there was a few lighting changes, but again, there was a time lapse between makeup and clothing, so sorry for that. But regardless, if you enjoyed this video, please let me know. You can let me know by liking the video, commenting down below. I respond to all my comments, even if it's a day late. Share this with a friend, get the word out. It would be super duper helpful. And most of all, subscribe to the channel. Please, 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 please. Go ahead and subscribe. I do more makeup stuff a lot. And I normally do that around Pokemon or just like cosplay and like nerdy stuff in general. If you like this, I'll be sure to post some more videos up in the near future. My upload schedule's been a little weird lately, but I promise to get back on track and get in order and get my stuff together. But yes, so anyway, with all that out of the way, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, thanks, bye!